Candlelight Concert was about Joe Hisashi, the man who composed a lot of the Hayao Miyazaki Ghibli movies. It was a crazy, magical experience. And I think being able to watch it by myself, I don't think I would have enjoyed it as much had I watched it with my ex-boyfriend or friend. Some of the movies that were featured in this Candlelight Concert were from Castle in the Sky, My Neighbor Totoro, Kiki's Delivery Service, Princess Mononoke, and of course, Spirited Away and Howl's Moving Castle. We have to be a bit more appreciative of our surroundings. I didn't get to sleep early, I didn't have a good night's sleep, and hi, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Aylin, and as you can see by the title of this video, this is about my solo date yesterday. And if you're new to my channel, which most of you will be, because this is the first video I'm making and editing since like last year, I recently went through a breakup from my ex-boyfriend of 2.5 years. And I have realized that I don't think I really know who I am, because there are so many expectations on me. As the eldest daughter and someone in a relationship, you have a lot of input from everywhere and yourself. You have all these standards that you want to uphold yourself and standards from other people that just want to get into your relationship and kind of manipulate it to their liking, because you cannot be outside of their standards. I want to get out of that. I don't think that's for me. And honestly, this breakup made me realize that so much of what I think I like, I don't even know if I actually like it because I like it myself. If I've just made myself like it because the pandemic, the ability to be free, or I have no idea where everything that I like is even coming from. And if you do realize what I mean by that, I hope you are willing to join me on that journey. Maybe we both are gonna see just how much everything we think we like is just coming from society. And I hope we can all realize just what we like by ourselves with no other input from anywhere else. The solo dating is the first way I'm gonna realize that. And last night I went on a solo date to Candlelight Concert. This concert happened at a cinema. It was a bit on the retro side, a bit on the luxury side. Anyway, the Candlelight Concert was about Joe Hisashi, the man who composed a lot of the Hayao Miyazaki Ghibli movies. It was a crazy, magical experience, I'm not gonna lie. Just being in this cinema, I was a bit distant from the stage, but honestly I think I preferred it more that way. Gave a quite magical experience to that, because you had the aisles that were covered in candles, like these LED candles, and the stage completely covered in it as well. It was just crazy to see that firsthand, because I've been wanting to go to these kind of concerts for like 2 years now, because that's when I first started hearing about them. And every time I heard of this concert, just the format that I like, because they have so many different kinds of candlelight concerts. They have anime, they had the Joe Hisashi, they had specifically for Attack on Titan. As you can tell, I like anime. Which also, this whole con is covered in anime merch. Which I think it's a bit hard to see thanks to the candles, but yeah. But there were so many different kinds of candlelight experiences, and every single time I heard of it, I was too late, because every time they were sold out. And I was so happy that I finally got to actually get notified about it, or realize, oh my god, it's actually happening this time around again. I am so happy that I got to experience that. I was so grateful, because the Ghibli movies, they are one of the magical kind of movies, and these are movies I've been watching since I was a child, because everyone in Germany knows back in the day, Super RTL, they had Saturday nights, I think. Now and then they had this movie section by 8:15 in the evening, and there were so many Ghibli movies playing at the time, like Pompoko. I think a lot of people know, but it was one of the movies that I actually enjoyed, and I recently watched it, and I'm kind of horrified by it now. Spirited Away, Holt Moving Castle, Kiki's Delivery Service, these were all the movies that were playing Saturday night. I just grew up on these movies, and now being old enough to actually experience what these movies mean and could mean for me in the future, because so many of these movies have like philosophical aspects to them. I don't know if all of that was really intentional, but they also helped me realize that I should appreciate the mundane more, especially like Kiki's Delivery Service, Chef's. I just love these movies. As you can tell, English isn't my first language, so I have a hard time making up sentences that make sense, honestly. But these movies are so amazing, and while watching the concert, I was just reminded of me watching it as a kid, and while I was listening to the music, imagining what kind of scenes were happening in the moment of the music. And while listening to the music, I had so many scenes from the movies that are imprinted on my mind, basically, and I just got to experience that firsthand with the live music, which is crazy. And there was just so many aspects to everything that made it such a magical experience for me. And I think being able to watch it by myself, I don't think I would have enjoyed it as much had I watched it with my ex-boyfriend, a friend, or my cousin, or whatever. I think being able to sit there and immerse myself in the music, in what happened in these movies, and just I had shivers all over my body while listening to all the songs. And it's just crazy to me to realize also just how many different kinds of people were sitting in this cinema and were experiencing the same thing as me. You had older couples in their 50s, you had couples that were in their 20s, you had a father with his two kids, they were like 10 or 12, I think. You had a group of men that were like buff, and a lot of the people there, you wouldn't expect to see them there, but it's just crazy if you think about it, because the Ghibli movies, they are for all ages, for all groups of people, and I just appreciate being able to have seen and experienced this firsthand. And I find it so amazing that movies from Japan, movies that I've enjoyed as a child, are so appreciated by a broad spectrum of people. Some of the movies that were featured in this Candlelight Concert were from Castle in the Sky, My Neighbor Totoro, Kiki's Delivery Service, Princess Mononoke, and of course, Spirited Away and Howl's Moving Castle. And I think having Howl's Moving Castle, the merry-go-round theme, be the last, just finish this experience altogether. I went there yesterday. Today is the day after, and we currently have 11:44. The concert finished by 7:30. A lot of the things that I had planned for yesterday, they just didn't go the way I had originally planned them, which is okay. I have no idea yet why I self-sabotaged myself, because I know for a fact that I did. Because the day before yesterday, I started binge watching One Piece, which I haven't seen in months, because I wanted to have the opportunity to watch a lot of the episodes back to back. And I forgot that I have this kind of addictive personality that just can't stop myself sometimes. And I think I binge watched 15 to 20 episodes the day before yesterday. That was way late into the night. I didn't get to sleep early. I didn't have a good night's sleep. And it just messed up everything for me. And I know that I'm to blame for it myself. And having this plan for me, I should have known how to constrain myself to not get this excessive with my consumption. And then the day after concert, I had so much planned. I wanted to go to the gym, I wanted to read a book, I wanted to do my vision board for the last 3 months of the year, and I mean, everything just went off. Because I didn't get a good night's sleep, I woke up late and I realized my body was hurting all over because I recently started thinking I should maybe start running 1 kilometer a day, because that's just like 10 minutes of my day and I could fit these 10 minutes easily into my day. But the problem was that I was hurting all over because I wasn't used to using all the muscles from running. And so I was hurting all over. I was waking up late and I still had to walk my dog. I was like, okay, you're just gonna walk the dog, you're just gonna spend most of the time walking so you can make up for not going to the gym. Maybe while your body is hurting, you shouldn't go and put more of a strain on it. Everything just spiraled downwards. I spent most of the day on my phone. I was watching One Piece again and I caught up to all the episodes now. I'm a bit disappointed in myself because everything that I had planned didn't work out the way I wanted it to. Even finishing the night, I had originally planned to make the outro or talk about my experience yesterday, like the day off. I was just way too awkward finding a place to sit down and talk about the experience because it was in the middle of the city, it was way too loud, and I felt way too awkward sitting there with my phone. Like what this is way too awkward to hold the phone like this. And honestly, I'm okay with it because this is the first time I was trying to vlog in the middle of the city, trying to vlog my experience, talking to a camera and everything. And I just know that next time I will have to do it because living in discomfort is just not it. We have to live in a bit of discomfort. I have to be a bit discomfortable to make myself better, because for all the things that I have planned, I just can't sit and do nothing. I just can't be lazy. I'm okay because I know that taking everything one step at a time is the better way of doing it, instead of just rushing through it and then, I don't know, getting more anxiety by the day. I don't think that is the best way of going at it. But yeah, that is my experience from yesterday. I feel like I didn't have a point, even though I have the script in front of me with bullet points of what I want to say. I think to summarize, sometimes it's okay that things aren't going the way you think they're going to, even if you plan out everything meticulously. If you live with family, if you have a dog, or just living life, sometimes things just go out of hand. You can't control everything. You just can't control what you're gonna do about it, how you're gonna react to it. And beating yourself up because you didn't do the things you had originally planned of doing, I don't think that is the right way of going at it. You just realize what you can do, what you could control, and how you're gonna react next time. Because while you didn't do it the way you wanted to this time, doesn't mean next time has to be the same way. You don't have to repeat the same mistakes twice. Just being more open with yourself, knowing what you do when you self-sabotage or how you self-sabotage is one of the ways you can change for the next time. I know for a fact that for some reason I started self-sabotaging the day before yesterday, and I started picking my face last night before going to bed. And there's definitely a reason for it. I have yet to figure it out. And I think just being self-aware about everything is gonna help make life a little bit easier, because knowing how, when, and why you mess up and why you mess up yourself is, I think that's a step into the right direction. Sometimes you just have to push through things, because I started making YouTube videos last year. I made 2 of them, not very successful, but I mean, these are my first videos. I'm not expecting a lot of people to watch them, but the only thing I can do about it is just push through, make the videos. Even if they're not perfect, I just have to start somewhere, and trying to remind myself that I get to try it. How cool is it that you get to try it for the first time and then you can watch yourself get better at it? It's just a lot to think about when you mess up, that sometimes there's a reason And sometimes you just have to find out the reason. Sometimes you know it, but most of the time I think it is more of a subconscious thing. One thing I have definitely learned is that being by myself, I get to experience things differently than if I had been in a relationship still, or if I had been with a friend. Had I been with a friend at this Candlelight concert, I think I would have been more focused on the person next to me instead of what was happening in front of me, which I don't think it would have been fair for the 4 women that were playing yesterday to be more focused about the person next to me than experiencing the music they were playing. And they were so enjoying playing the music and being able to stand in front of the audience and playing it. I think sometimes we have to be a bit more appreciative of our surroundings and not just the person that we're spending a lot of time with. I don't think I would have known that had I spent the night with my friend. I hope I'm gonna find out a lot more about myself, a lot of things that I thought I like but I don't like. I hope I find out a lot of the things I actually like doing myself, not just with myself, but I hope I'm gonna find out things that I like that were mine alone, in the sense of that I didn't get influenced by other people to like something. I mean, I started watching anime when I was 14, so I definitely know that I do like it and I still like it. And everything that is influenced by anime. I was buying a lot of books and as of lately, and I am torturing myself sometimes, not gonna lie, to read them. So do I actually like reading? I have no idea. I just know that I have to try everything at least, and then I will see. I do have to get ready for studying, so I will see you in the next video, and I hope you could take a few lessons from this. This is a bit more on the talk active side than what I'm usually planning on doing or what I'm comfortable doing. It's not that I'm uncomfortable. No, I am uncomfortable doing all this much talking, but I enjoy the taking videos of my experiences a lot more, and I hope I get to be a bit more experimental and try a few of the cinematic styles editing that honestly, why stick to a plan for my YouTube channel? I do not even know what I like. I don't know what will even be watched and how well it's gonna be received by you all. I have no idea what I'm gonna do. I just know that I will continue documenting my life, and I hope you're gonna enjoy it.